Well, the Israeli military is now drafting 1,000 ultra-Orthodox Jewish men for the first time in history. Last month, the Supreme Court ended a years-long exemption from compulsory service on religious grounds. That ruling has been met with opposition and protests. The military is due to issue a further 2,000 notices to ultra-Orthodox Jews too in the coming weeks. Well, let's take a closer look at this development. Members of the ultra-Orthodox community attend special seminaries where they study the Torah full-time. They have been exempt from military service since Israel's founding in 1948. Now, initially, that rule applied to around 400 students, but the community now accounts for about 13% of Israel's population of 10 million. Following the Supreme Court's ruling, up to 66,000 ultra-Orthodox men are thought to be eligible for military service. However, the military says it is only enlisting some 3,000 this year. Well, for more on this, let's speak to Efraim Inbar. He's the president of the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security. He joins us now from West Jerusalem. Efraim, to start off with, can you perhaps explain for our viewers why the ultra-Orthodox community believes that they shouldn't be serving?
Well, part of them believes that studying is extremely important, studying holy religious texts, and they serve by learning as a shield against aggression and against bad things happening to the people of Israel. Mm-hmm. This is the rationale, which is an explanation offered to the Israeli population that is totally unacceptable. Mm. And although some do accept it because they understand that by force you cannot enlist people. And after the war started in Gaza and Israel has shortages of manpower, this situation has become intolerable for the majority of the Israelis. Mm. And even the Supreme Court of Justice ruled that there is no legal ground for the exemptions that were issued so far. And as a result of that, the IDF decided to send announcements to 1,000 this week, 1,000 more 2 weeks later to come to serve.
Efraim, you're saying that you can't enlist people by force. I understand in this first wave of these first 1,000 draft orders, the military is saying that they've sent them to people who might actually show up at induction, so men, for instance, who have jobs or driver's licenses, for instance. Do you think that might reduce pushback?
I don't think so, because the religious leadership is adamant about not joining the military, even for those that do not study the religious text, because, and they say it openly, they're afraid of the bad influences of serving in the army, on the moral conduct of the ultra-Orthodox. They do not want to serve with women, for example, and they don't want them to be in a fully secular environment, despite the fact that the military is ready to adjust and to offer to the ultra-Orthodox an environment which is more suitable to their needs.
It's interesting you say that, Efraim. You talk about adjusting. I understand there is already a battalion in the IDF made up of some ultra-Orthodox men. It's meant to accommodate their religious requirements. So this isn't necessarily the first time that this has been an issue.
This is true. The military has always tried to be flexible in recruiting different parts of the population in Israel. And the truth is that the most people in the battalion you mentioned are actually not really ultra-Orthodox. They are at the fringes of the Orthodox community and other Orthodox Jews that serve in that battalion. There are attempts in different units to create special companies for ultra-Orthodox. These attempts have only been partly successful, and as everybody knows, most of the Orthodox are not joining the army.
Efraim Inbar, the president of the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security. Thank you for sharing your insights with us on Al Jazeera, sir. Thank you for joining us.
You are welcome.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.